it right now, or just looking through the people, because Mitchell and Webb, the comedy duo, are filming a new show across the road, like literally directly opposite. So I've like been standing here trying to see if I can see anyone well known and going on like the ring doorbell and be like, who's that? But I mean, it's only like 9 AM. They were there yesterday as well, shooting all day, and I didn't manage to see anyone then either. Very disappointing because it is literally directly opposite. Welcome back to my basement. Today we're going to do a video cleaning out this dryer because I haven't done that probably since summer last year. So I'm going to give that a good clean and I'll talk you guys through the process of doing it. It's pretty easy doing a dryer actually. We've got Tom behind the camera.
Hi everyone. So we're going to clean the dryer today. Hasn't been done in a while. So.
Well, I've just said all this. Well, what's your plan in it? What are you doing?
So I'm just going to be assisting Jack filming, and then afterwards I'm going to edit this so it can go out later this evening.
And there we go. So it's Tom's mission to capture all the footage on this camera. So just FYI, if the angles are weird and stuff, this is Tom's doing. So the first thing I'm going to do is clear out the filter because this is absolutely filled with lint.
Yeah.
Is that what it'd be called?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to clear this out, give it a good vacuum and that. Then I'll take out this filter down here. I might wash that outside. Bit of a clean on the actual unit itself, like on the top it's all dusty and everything. And then on the inside I might just give that a bit of a disinfectant. And that's about it, nice and easy. Tom's just getting ready to leave me by myself for 3 days because he feels guilty. He's just picking up some treats. Yeah, so he's going back to Newcastle for a few days because we have a storage unit there that's just absolutely filled with stuff that we definitely don't need. So he's going to go and make a start on trying to sort that out because it's costing us a lot of money every month really to have that. So it's an expense that we don't need. Yesterday we made a start in the garden, so we actually cut all the grass, which is great. I jet washed the patio and that's just sat over there while this was drying. So hopefully it's gonna be like 21 degrees today. Did you know that it's gonna be 21 degrees? Yeah, apparently. So I think what I'll do is if the sun comes out, I'm gonna put everything back on the patio and maybe enjoy sitting out in the sun by myself. It feels a bit like when you have the house to yourself when your parents are out or something. Like, I don't really know what to do with myself. I have got work to crack on with, which is why I ended up... Oh no, my mug's chipped. Yeah, I have got work I need to get on with, which is why I stayed and didn't go back up. We're also going back up Newcastle in maybe 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time. So I thought there's no point in me going up now when I've got work to do and when I'll just wait until I go up in April. It's going to be 20 degrees today in London, which is insane. And then we've got rain for a week. So I'm glad that we did actually make a start on the garden yesterday. I didn't pick up the camera yesterday. I just felt like there was a lot I wanted to get done with the weather being good. And I had like a few work pieces I need to get done and completed. So I just didn't feel like I could pick up this camera and like kind of talk to her or anything like that. So sorry that you won't have like seen that on here. But if you do want to see what it looks like, it should probably be out now on one of those platforms. Yeah, I'm not really too sure what this video will be this week because I think maybe the same last week. I've been all over the place really. I've noticed like when I've been quite busy with work and stuff like that and like trying to shoot content for work, then I just kind of forget about picking up this camera and then I'm like, oh well, it's too late in the day or I'm not doing anything now. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna have much to show you this week. I have kind of thought to myself, to try and be productive this weekend and maybe get a start on sorting through the wardrobe, sorting through underneath the bed. If I do something like that, then I can definitely show you guys like kind of the process of that and how I'm going to go about doing that. I've had some really nice comments from you guys saying that you don't mind the kind of mundane, repetitive stuff that I do every day because that's what most people's lives are like. But I don't know, I just think, I mean, a lot of people probably think this about themselves, but I just think my life's very boring. So, I mean, hopefully I'm not boring you guys. I'm killing two birds with one stone here because I'm also shooting this cleaning content for the Sunday reset because with Tom not being here, he can't help me on Sunday, so we ended up doing bits of it yesterday and then I'm just finishing it off today. So technically it's not really a Sunday reset, but you know what? I'll give you guys a Sunday reset. I can't miss a Sunday reset. And then on Sunday I'll just do my own little Sunday reset. It's really weird because where I live, the back garden is overlooked from like a bunch of terrace houses. And there used to be, when we first moved in, the neighbours had this really big ivy like fence that went really high up, so we didn't, like, you couldn't really see many of the houses. But then when we had winds, that like fell down. So like now all the windows from the backs of those houses can see. And we very often have people just staring at the windows and watching. So it makes me a little bit self-conscious about filming, especially when I'm filming in the garden. I'm going to try using the steam head on the floor because this floor is really weird. I actually don't know what it's made of. It's like a, I don't know, like some people thought it was a concrete screed, but it's not. It's kind of almost like lino, but also not. It's like hard. But you can tell it's like maybe some form of plastic. Anyway, you might not even be able to see on camera, but oh no, you can probably see there. There's loads of marks on it when you look up close, where it's like a little bit lighter and then a bit darker. And no matter what we've tried on this floor, some of these marks don't come up. So I thought if I try the steamer, maybe the heat will help that because I haven't actually tried any sort of heat on this. So I'll give that a go and see what that's like. I can't imagine it'll damage it in any way because there's underfloor heating. So I mean, the floors get heated up anyway. If that doesn't work, then I'm just going to live with it because it's rental. I mean, you guys, as you guys know, I'm renting here anyway, so it doesn't affect us or anything. It's just a bit annoying when I see like little marks and stuff down here. I'm like, it would be great if I could get them up. I did try using like magic erasers when we first moved in, and that did get rid of like the big marks that were throughout the whole apartment. Like in the bedroom, the previous tenants were musicians, so there was a lot of marks. And there was like a lot of marks on the floor from, I can only imagine like maybe their equipment. I don't know, there was like a lot of like sticky residue and like scratches and things like that. And the magic razors did help with that. But this is kind of more like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like, it's almost stained. I don't know. But anyway, we'll give it a go with this, see if that actually works at all. One thing I've noticed using that steamer, it does make the floors exceptionally wet. So therefore I'm having to get my hands and knees and dry it. Minimal sent me some of their new fragrances in their cleaning range. One of them being the pink grapefruit, and I actually have had this in their kind of body care range and it smells incredible. This is the anti-bac surface cleaner. Okay, so the patio is so much cleaner now. As you can see, blue skies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the rug down here and then put those chairs out, I think. Right, I'll show you from inside because there is too many bugs trying to get in the house right now. So I have brought that back up under the decking. Obviously the grass has all been cut. You can tell that there is still lots of patches that need mending. But we've given it a good feed, so hopefully that might sort itself out. Over on this side, I've got the two habitat chairs, the rug and the table, and I've given the chairs a really good clean because they were covered in mould. I've started relighting this candle again, which is bergamot from Malingowitz. I don't really know how you say the name, but it smells incredible. Feel good about doing a quick refresh round and having the windows open and just like it feels so much airier and brighter in here, like it just feels so much fresher in here. It's now almost 1 o'clock. I need to do some editing and some work. I'm going to do that for about an hour. I don't know what else to do with myself today. I do have like I have another edit that I want to get out this evening. I just don't know what to do with myself. It feels so weird Tom not being here. I really should get out of the house. Like I need to probably go for a walk. That's something I am terrible for. If I'm in the house by myself, I'll just constantly like hop around the house, do bits and bobs. Anyway, I'm procrastinating. I need to do this way. Okay. You're currently balancing on top of my Dyson stand, but it's like literally half on the edge, so this might end badly. I finished all the editing that I needed to do today. I even did a little bit extra. So I'm going to go out for a walk because the sun has slightly come out, but I just also feel like I need to get out of the house. So I think I'm going to do that. We're still not quite in the season where I can go out without a jacket. I think I actually don't know what the weather. I don't actually know what the temperature is today. It says it's 16 degrees, but I really don't believe that that's true. Maybe I don't leave my North Face on. No, I'm going to keep my North Face on just in case. Oh, but then I'll be sweating my tits off if it is. Oh, whatever. I think I'm going to listen to a podcast on my walk, which I never do because, I mean, I never go for a walk by myself. I'm always usually with Tom. I'll have to only put one headphone in because I'm always paranoid walking around that someone's going to jump me. I watched Amy Poehler's new podcast and it was brilliant. She's had 2 episodes out so far. But I didn't realise that Rachel Dratch also has a podcast. I think I might actually listen to hers. Bear with, Tom's ringing me. Hello? Oh god, what's happened?
I'm back up in Newcastle now. As you can probably see behind me, I'm at our storage unit. So the plan for today is to go through everything, try and figure out if there's stuff we actually want to keep or sell or just get rid of, well, entirely. As you can see, this is what I'm dealing with. There is so much stuff in here. Oh my god, Jack, there's just literally just like, huh? I don't know, it's just like, there's just literal random Like, why did we keep any of this? Well, it's just like a box of bulbs or like old toiletries and stuff. Like, there's a jar of salt. Like, Halloween decorations, do you want them? There's been some progress made. I mean, this side is still very full, but that's all the furniture that we need to kind of sell and get rid of. But I've managed to clear this side a bit.
Oh my god, guys, I'm absolutely... This light in here is so annoying. I'm absolutely sweating my tits off. Anyway, that was nice to get out. I listened to the Rachel Dratch, her podcast. I actually listened to the episode with Amy Poehler. So good. I mean, anything like that group of people do, like Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Rachel Dratch, like all those SNL comedians, I absolutely love. So let me give you a little rundown of my podcasts I watch at the minute. So I watch Help I Sexted My Boss, which was the podcast I actually was on, which seems like an absolute million years ago now. It was the beginning of last year. God, that's insane. The Rest is Entertainment, which is just brilliant. Obviously now I'm watching Good Hang, which is the new Amy Poehler one. But yeah, I do love a podcast, but I prefer them when they're visual because I get distracted if I'm just listening to the audio of them. I'm just about to book a hotel for when we go back home next month. Because I haven't done that yet. And also I'm like, I don't know why I keep believing it. I keep looking at hotels to book. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do it tomorrow. So I'm literally going to do that now. I'm going to just force myself to do it. Oh, good morning, guys. What a morning it has been. Actually, I'm going to make a coffee and I'm going to tell you guys. I feel like a lot of this video is going to be me just sat down. The mug is visually representing how I feel right now. Yesterday we got our survey back from the house. Now, I think I've mentioned this, we did a level 3 survey, which is the most thorough that you can do. And obviously we weren't expecting it to come back fantastic because it's an old property. We knew there was going to be some issues. We were aware that the roof was going to need replacing at some point. However, there has been quite a bit more come back than what we anticipated. This is where we're at a bit of a standstill at what to do. I'll tell you a little bit about some of the issues that have come up on the survey. So obviously the roof, yes, it does need replacing. And the chimney. The other issues are mainly around the bay window downstairs. There's a few different things wrong with it. The bay window itself has a small roof to it, which is missing its tiles. I didn't actually even notice this myself. And it's kind of exposed to the elements and it means that water can get through. And I think it has been, which doesn't sound too bad. However, apparently also the bay itself, there's some structural issues with that needs resolving. There's also some external cracks in the building. And then the third kind of major thing is that the downstairs has damp. Then there was a few other little bits here and there, but they all were in like category 2, which if you don't know, like category 3 is like the worst, where they say it needs immediately rectifying really. Category 2 is some stuff that doesn't necessarily need doing now, but it's maybe worth being aware of and factoring it into potential renovation costs. And then level 1 is like, it's fine. Like I said, we were expecting there to be some issues. I don't know, I didn't really expect there to be so many level 3s of things that would need doing immediately. And also just annoying things like the damp issue, like if it does mean taking off all the plaster on the like ground floor, that's so annoying. This is a dilemma. Basically, the property was put up at a certain price that apparently reflected the fact that it needed a roof replacing. However, we still went quite substantially over that because the market in London is just kind of insane. But things like for structural, like sorting out the bay window, the damp and things like that, like I would ideally like to get that cost back eventually when we sell the property. Taking into account the cost of the new roof, like we're now sort of thinking, do we just pull out because it seems like these costs are going to rack up quite quickly for, I don't even know what you'd call it, but like boring stuff on the house. Like it's nothing fun. Or do we go back to the seller and see if they're willing to negotiate some costs off for some of these repairs on the property. Yeah, you just don't want to get into a position where we've stretched ourselves so thin that we can't even decorate the house in the way we want to. And then I think what I might do today is just do a little bit of searching online, see if there is anything else on the market at the minute. Because I guess we've got to keep our options open. But let's see. Guess we'll see what happens next week. I've hurt my back now. Morning all, welcome to Sunday. Now, usually, as you guys know, I'll be filming my Super Sunday resets today. We actually shot it a little bit earlier in the week because with Tom going away and he helps me shoot it. Today's going to be a little bit more chilled out than it would usually be on a Sunday. I mean, obviously I will do a little clean around myself because that's just my Sunday ritual. But, I mean, the space is actually relatively clean. Just going to get myself a coffee. Because I'm not filming a reset today, I want to take advantage of that time. I have a couple of pieces of work I need to get done for next week, one of them being shooting some content for Skip the Soak. So, I think I'll shoot that this morning. Tom should be home by about like 2ish. It takes about 5.5 hours to drive from Newcastle to London. So this is the current setup. I have the tripod over there. I've moved all the kind of clutter that was on this counter just so it feels a bit more open in the video. So all this kind of stuff that's just not necessary to be here. This is the current state of the dishwasher. As you can see, it is quite bad right now. So I'm going to use the fairy to kind of clean the dishwasher, and then for the washing cycle, I'm going to put some white vinegar in. Let's just do 2 cups of white vinegar on a hot wash cycle, and then that'll just clean like deep within the insides of the dishwasher itself. I'm going to film from this angle to here, so I feel like that looks a little bit cleaner. Look who's back home.
I'm back. What a journey. Trip I've had, let me tell you.
Now that Tom's back, I've just uploaded Sunday Reset, and I think we're going to go to M&S to get some snacks, and I think we might order a Wagamama's for tea tonight. I've gone for a chili chicken ramen, and Tom has gone for a, what do you call this?
Chicken gochujang?
Yeah, this is really good, and now I'm regretting not getting this.